Alright, what's going on, guys? So before we get into this video, I just want you guys to know I'm not trying to teach anybody here. I'm no financial advisor. Once again, I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some random dude on the internet who trades in the forex market, and personally, I like to show my results and be transparent with people. I'm building a little bit of credibility for myself, which if you guys have been watching my videos for the past month or whatever, you would know that I'm up currently on the month. I want you guys to know too, I am a swing trader. I'm not a day trader. I'm a swing trader, so I'm holding my trades for anywhere from a day to usually a maximum of 8 days. The longest I've ever held a trade is for 15 days. But in all the back testing I've done, all the work I've done, usually the longest, my TP2 doesn't get hit until 8 days later. That's including the weekends. So I'll hold it throughout 1 week, and then the weekend. So those days are included. So once again, I am a swing trader. I'm not a day trader. I hold my trades over the weekend. So my results shouldn't be based on a weekly basis. I personally look at my weekly results just because at the end of the week, I usually go back and I kind of, this week for this weekend, I'm not going to be changing anything. I will be changing one thing, just an idea I had, but that'll be later. That's with my risk management. But I'm just going to be basically going over this week on my personal psychology, okay, well, how was my execution? Was I following my rules, all of that kind of stuff, and that's going to be on the personal time. But anyways, with that out of the way, we're just going to kind of jump into all of it. All right, so we're going to jump right into this. So first off, I'm going to start with the left side right here. So it's going to be the left side, this stuff right here, the stats. So as you guys know, I started this account this week and I stopped using FTMO and I went over to MyFXBook because it'll just look, I'm starting to build a long-term track record for investors because of my long-term goals and what I want to do. So basically, long story short, what I want to do is I want to become a financial advisor for people in my community. I want to open up my own business in my community, be a financial advisor, a retirement fund. So basically, I make a contract with them. They deposit money. It'll be like a bank account, and then I'll have a company account, and then I basically trade that. But I need, track record and results to be able to do something like that. I also need to get my license and a bunch of other things that I'll do later down the road. But basically, as you guys know, I started this account this week, so this is only 1 week of results. So keep that in mind. I am a swing trader, so I'm not looking at the weekly results for my performance. How is my performance doing? In terms of psychology, I'm looking at the weekly to judge my performance, but on the overall monthly to judge my performance in terms of profit and loss, I use the monthly to decide if I'm profitable or not. And for the past 8 months, I've been profitable every single month, so that's really good. So I haven't been profitable every single week, but I have been profitable every single month. If you guys have been watching my videos for the past month, you would know that. You would also know that with the FTMO account, I wasn't using it for a purpose of trying to show you, trying to be profitable on those accounts. I wasn't using it for that purpose. I was using the FTMO account for a purpose of looking at new ideas because I didn't know that I can link an account to MyFXBook at the time. So, basically the FTMO accounts were just for testing my ideas, seeing if things were working. I wasn't really focusing on passing them, to look good or anything. I was just using them to test my ideas, and it's more of a personal kind of benefit for myself to upload videos like that because I can just look back on them and see what I was doing then and whatnot. But anyways, getting back into the stats. So for 1 week of trading, which was this week, I'm going to get into the chart in just a second. I just want to go over the overall stats, but right now it's currently Friday, 7:30 p.m. at night, December 24th, Christmas Eve, all that kind of good stuff. This week, honestly, with my strategy, I've back tested, December through January with all the bank holidays. I've, spent hours and hours back testing that, within the past couple months. Because that was something that was on my mind. I'm becoming more aware of the times in the market. Different quarters are different. They move differently, right? During the winter, during the summer, it's a little bit slower because people they're enjoying their summer. They're not at their desks. And during the winter, you have all these bank holidays and the market's just going crazy. But anyways, So for this week, as you guys know, the changes that I made this week, I cut my risk in half because of the leverage issue I was running into. So what I mean by that is I wasn't able to keep a constant churn of trades this week, or within the past couple weeks. Like, I would always be cut off on Wednesday because I didn't have enough money to get in any more trades. And honestly, like, for me, I'm capping myself because I'm not, keeping a constant churn of trades, and so it's kind of like a like, I could be taking all losing trades because my strategy, it's a cluster of wins and then a cluster of losers. I could be taking that cluster of losers. Thankfully, that didn't happen to me within the past couple months. But you could be taking a cluster of losers and then a cluster of winners the next week, which was kind of happening to me a little bit. But I wanted to keep a constant churn of trades. And so the cost of being in my winning trades was costing me too much to even enter any new trades. So I had to cut my risk down. So, like, my margin would be cut in half. And so that's why my risk, why I only lost 1.17% this week. But basically, I was risking 0.1%. The only change I'm making next week, because what I noticed is my leverage. This week was actually pretty consistent. Like, I was able to execute all throughout the week, like all the way up until this morning, when my session ended. But I was able to not even worry about my margin, like my free margin. Like, I literally had more than half of the account's worth of margin left over, pretty much every single night that trade, which was awesome. So what that told me was what I'm doing is working. So what that told me is what I'm doing is working. What I'm going to do next week, though, because before I was risking 0.2% per trade idea. This week I was risking 0.1% per trade idea. And so with the results that I got from this week, the leverage, I'm not really worried about my profit and loss because I know that over the long term my strategy works. I'll be profitable over the month, so I don't really care about that. What I'm focusing on now is my risk management and optimizing. Like, how can I minimize my losses but maximize my winners? So I have minimized my losses to the best of my ability. Now it's time to focus on how can I maximize my winners. Now, since I have everything figured out, all I gotta do, because if I have more than half of my leverage left over, like more than half of my capital in the account left over after this, after executing I didn't have a problem. I never ran into the problems that I was having of not being able to execute. So what I'm going to do this next week is to maximize my winners. I'll have a little bit more of a drawdown, but I'm okay with that because I'm only, since this week I had a 1.17% drawdown, I'm only going to have I'll have like a maximum of 3% drawdown, if a week like this occurs again. So it's literally, it's 3%. Like, I'm not worried about it. I'm not, it's not a big deal, right? So what I'm going to do next week is since I saw that with my margin, my free margin, it literally like half of the account was not even taken up. What that tells me is I can actually up my lot size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be risking 0.15%. Since this week I risked 0.1% and that was a little bit low. And before that I was risking 0.2. So 0.2% caused the problem for me. 0.1% is exactly where I want to be. But if I want to maximize my winners a little bit to be able to make 2.5% or even 5% a week, I got to go up to 0.15% on each trade idea. So that's what I'm going to do next week. So that'll be interesting to figure out. But anyways, getting, with that out of the way, that was just one idea that I was testing this week and I wanted to talk about in the video because, like I said, I could be using this stuff to benefit me later on. Like, I can look back at these videos and breaking down those results, I can see what I was doing at these times and whatnot, and it'll help me. But anyways, for the week, we had a 1.17% loss. So, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's literally like not even 1.5%. Like, I still have a bunch of winning trades. Or I have a bunch of trades still running I'm holding over the weekend. And so, since this is the first week on the account, since my big winning trades usually take about 8 days, and the big winning trades are going to usually cover your losses and put you in profit. So, I have to wait 8 days, like pretty much almost 2 weeks of trading. So this first week is going to be the hardest to get over. And then, from that point on, with trades being rolled over to the next week, and they're winning trades, I'm going to be fine the next week. Like, everything will start picking up and rolling. So, probably I'll be profitable every single week with that. But yeah, so we had a 1.17% loss. That's just because it's the start. It's the start of the account. It's the first week. My big winning trades usually take 8 days, including the weekends, to to play out. So my absolute gain, this was the first week on the account, like I said, so, that's going to be 1.17. So today, what the daily, monthly, and drawdown means. So daily, what this means is, that's today. So today I lost 0.2% on the account. And overall on the month, like the normal statistics up here is, I'm down 1.17%. I'm not worried about it. I'll make it back next week or another time or whatever. I understand that this stuff happens, especially with my strategy. I'm a swing trader, so I understand that I'm going to have drawdowns. I'm going to have losing weeks, but overall on the monthly span of things, I'm going to be profitable, and I've seen that time and time again. My confidence level is very strong in that. I believe in myself. I'm super confident in myself, and I'm confident in my strategy. So my drawdown, like the worst drawdown, so what this means is like with my losing trades, when you go into drawdown, right, when the trade goes against you a little bit, the max drawdown I've had on the account, like just overall with the capital, the max drawdown I've had on the account was 2.79%. That's really good. That is a little low, honestly, but the gains kind of like, the gains are going to be low because you're risking lower percentage. Next week I'm going to be risking more percentage, but only by 0.5%. Or by 0.05%, so I'm not even worried about it. So that drawdown, if I was risking a little bit more this week, that drawdown would have been anywhere from like 3% to 4%. So that's what I can be expecting. The balance currently on this account is $98,828.47. Like I said, I'm only down 1.17%, so I'm not even worried about it. The highest my account balance ever got was to $101,674.96. The profit is basically like I'm only down $1,171, so it's, it seems like a lot of money, but it's 1.1% of the account, so I don't care. The interest on the account, so basically that's like how much I've paid in like commissions and stuff like that. I've only paid $89 in commissions and stuff. It was updated 6 hours ago. Okay, so here we get into the chart right here. So basically you can see we started off the week very well. Like, we see that our equity went up to the highest it was, what is this, on December 20th, which was like Monday, I think. We were in profits on the account. We were hitting 1.18%. Really, really good. We kind of like, the new day started and the Asian session is really slow, and then things start picking up during London and New York session. And then we see that our max equity, what is that, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Wednesday, we see that our account got to the highest it ever was. I was almost up 2% on the account. And I wasn't emotionally unstable. I wasn't taking more trades than I should have been. I wasn't doing any of that. My psychology was in check. I wasn't checking myself. I was just executing. And then what happened was we ended up getting a drawdown here, and putting the account down 1.17%. And that was just because the equity is actually, like, with my trades that I still have open that I'm holding over the weekend, I'm actually almost down 2% overall in the account. It's actually 1.68%, but, we'll round it to 2% to be generous. So technically I'm down 2% on the account, but I'm not worried about it because these trades haven't been stopped out. I'm holding them over the weekend, all that kind of good stuff. So, and my big winning trades take a little while longer to cover the losses and to run. So you got to be patient with them. But yeah, that's pretty much how the week went. But what I really like about MyFXBook is like the advanced statistics that I get. So we see that this week, the statistics here are not really going to be any different. Because this is the first week of trading on this account with MyFXBook, so everything's going to be kind of the same, but you see that we're down 1.17%, the profit, and then I'm negative 360 pips, but my big winning trades are 90 pips, so I only need to win like 5 trades to cover this loss, so that's why I'm not worried about it. I only need to win 5 big trades to be able to cover my losing trades right now. So we see that going over down here, we see that I've taken a total of 243 trades this week. So this is not trades that are still open. These are trades that have been like closed. 243 trades this week that have been closed. I take a lot of trades. That's because I trade 20 different pairs. And I get about 3 trade setups, like 1 to 3 trade setups a night. So, and I'm doing that every single day. So I do trade quite a bit. I'm pretty active. So how many trades were won? This is where you're going to find your win percentage. So I won 97 out of 243 trades that I took. Keeping in mind this is the first week, my big winning trades usually take 8 days to complete, and on this account it hasn't even been active for 8 days yet. It's only been 5 days. So, you know, next week is when the account really should see some difference in movement in terms of profit and loss. But yeah, so basically I was able to hit a 40% win rate and a 60% loss rate. What that means is I have a 40% hit rate right now with the statistics that I have with the trades that I've taken. Where's my risk to reward ratio? Anyways, my risk to reward ratio is 1.5%, so I'm pretty much break even. This is a break even percentage. We are a little bit low, but this is pretty much a break even percentage. I'm down 360 pips. My average win is 41 pips. Like I said, like my big winners take, you know, like the big winning trades take a little bit longer, so these statistics are skewed because my big winners haven't even played out yet. It's been the small take profit ones that have been playing out, not my take profit twos yet. So my average loss is pretty much 30 pips. That's my max stop loss is 30 pips. This week I was trading with a total of 38.88 lots. I've actually paid almost $200 in commissions, not $80. So, you know, I've won 62% of my longs. I've won 5% of my shorts. So what I was thinking this week was maybe I shouldn't be taking shorts. Maybe I should just be focusing on buys because I've only won 5% of my shorts. But looking back in my trades that I have open still, I have a bunch of, like, pretty much all my positions that I have open are shorts. So there's that. My best trade, remember, taking into consideration these statistics are a little bit skewed because my big winning trades haven't even finished playing out yet. My best trade, it says that is $103. My worst trade is $67, which is the statistics are skewed a little bit just because of, maybe not on the worst trade, but on the best trades, the statistics are a little bit low because my big winning trades haven't played out yet. My worst trade is pretty accurate because because, you know, it's just taking up the losers. My best trade in terms of pips is 60 pips, but it should be 90 pips because my biggest trades usually are, you know, 90 pips worth, which is a 1 to, you know, I take profit, half my position off at 1 to 1, and then half at the 1 to 2. So the average trade length. So on every trade idea I have, I can expect to hold a position for like 16 hours. But that's just, these statistics are skewed because it's taking into consideration the losses that you're taking, the take profit ones that I'm taking, all of these different things. So I can expect like my 1-to-1 take profits, I expect to hold them for like a day. And if they're going to hit stop loss, it usually hits stop within a day. My take profit twos though, if it's going to hit my take profit two, it usually takes around like 8 to 10 days. So I'm not worried about it. My profit factor is 0.83. Like I said, my statistics are skewed, so that my profit factor is my risk to reward ratio, so it hasn't been counted for because I've only taken 243 trades. But to get a realistic idea of if my strategy works, I'm trading 20 different pairs. I need to be going over 2,000 different trades to get realistic statistics because 20 times 100 is 2,000. So, or I mean, that would be like, yeah, 2,000. So yeah. My standard deviation, I don't even know what that is. Standard deviation is statistical, blah, 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 just math. So basically that's 54, sharp ratio, blah, that stuff doesn't matter. This is my favorite part of, the whole MyFXBook. It actually tells you the risk of ruin. And so when you're trying to attract investors, in trading, a lot of people in business, a lot of people think that they go into it thinking that making a lot of money is the most important thing. That's definitely not true. Although we want to make as much money as possible, the biggest thing for us is protecting our capital, because if you have no capital in business, you can't make any, right? So you need to protect that with all of your costs. Like the biggest thing is your risk, making sure you're controlling your risk, because you can always skew the risk to reward in your favor. So you need to make sure that you're controlling how much you're risking. My risk of ruin on this account with my risk management parameters that there is a 99.99% chance of losing 10% of the account. This will require 206 consecutive losses. That's actually pretty high. The other day I had it at literally less than 0.01%, so it was pretty unlikely I would lose 10%. I think the statistics are skewed right now. Taking into consideration, remember guys, I need 2,000 trades to get a realistic idea of my statistics and my strategy on my pairs that I trade, all that kind of good stuff. There's a 99% chance that I would lose 10% of the account. The reason why it's saying that is because, as you saw, I had a bunch of losers. So it's pretty much taking this into consideration. I had more losing days. I had 3 losing days and 3 winning days. And my losing day was literally twice as big. You know, my drawdown period is twice as big as my up period that I'm having right now. Taking into consideration, remembering, my big trades haven't been playing out, and it's only 1 week into the account, all that type of thing, and I'm only down 2%, so I'm not even worried about that. So that is kind of out of that question there. But yeah, that's pretty much on, you know, on the account. Like, that's pretty much it. Here's like my trading journal of my trades that are open. Here's my open trades that I have. I have 76 open trades, which seems like a lot, but once I get get it automated, that'll be good. But you can see that the account pretty much, what are these numbers? So here is, I'm pretty much down. Here's the commissions that I have to pay. Here's the dollar amount, and then here's the pip amount. So I'm down 271 pips on the account right now with my open trades. But that's $450 that I'm down on the account currently with the open trades. But like I said, these trades are being held over the weekend. My big winning trades, as you can see, like, we have the small trades like $7, $9, $8 through, you know, like, these are a bunch of little small trades. And then we have our big winning trade right here, $26. We have these big winners that are still running for me, so these are going to cover my losses next week, hopefully. But that's pretty much on the account. Now, I kind of want to jump over to the charts real quick and show you guys kind of like my trading strategy, like literally how I execute and everything. All right, so here we are on USD/JPY. So, of course, this is a net, like a cherry-picked, you know, pair for this week. This is obviously cherry-picked. This is just to show you guys like what my trading should be looking like. You know, if I have a 50% win rate, so 50% of the time, you know, my trades are going to be hit. These are cherry picked, obviously. Just keep that in mind. But basically what I'm looking for is, I know that over the long period of time, I have a 50% win rate with a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. So basically what I'm looking for on the chart, so this week, pretty much on USD/JPY, we were trending very nicely. Like, we caught a very nice, we caught, you know, this pretty much up a move right here. But basically what I'm looking for is, okay, well, I see that we're bullish because we broke this daily resistance candle right here. Let me draw it out. We broke this level, and then we broke this resistance high, and then we came down, created the support right here. I'm going to delete this box. But we created the support right here, and we still haven't broken this support. We haven't broken any support levels. So I know that we're still bullish. So I know on the daily we're still bullish. I'm looking only for buys. Now, since we're on the daily, since we know that we're bullish on the daily, we're going to go down to the 1 hour, our entry time frame. So right here, this day right here, each one of these, vertical? Each one of these vertical lines is the daily candle. So when the new daily candle opens up on the chart, basically that's like 2 to 3 p.m. for me. That's when when the New York session is ending, going into the Asian session, and the people on Wall Street are closing their trades. So spreads jump from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., which is basically like literally on this horizontal line. Like literally these two candles is when spread is very much manipulated. But at 3 p.m., which is 12, I need to go to 15, which is 3 p.m. is this candle. So after this candle is when my session would have started. Basically what I'm looking for is a break and retest of 1 hour structure levels, candle structure levels as I call it. Like a lot of people, they like zoom out their charts and they look at the structure and they're like, oh, here's a structure. You know, they would be like, here's structure, all that. I don't do that because what I found over time is candle structure, as I call it, is like the structure within the candles. If we go down to the 5 minute, this is the structure that they would be looking at. Like you can see the structure very, very cleanly. Like here is a resistance area right here and then became a support. Because what I found is if it's a significant level on a lower time frame, it'll show up on a candle structure time frame on the higher time frame. So keeping that in mind, over time I have found that. So basically, like right here, since we see that price pushes up this blue candle and then comes down this red candle, it actually created a resistance. So what I'm waiting for, so this is a major structure level on the 5 minute time frame, and so what I'm waiting for here is I'm actually waiting for a 1 hour candle to break above this resistance. Since I know we're bullish on the daily time frame, I'm only looking for buys. Keep that in mind, guys. So I'm only looking for buys. So we have this resistance level right here. This area right here, that little wick, And the reason why I see that's a resistance level, because price pushes down 2 red candles, pushes up a blue or red, and then, you know, goes up blue. And so we can see that this is a structure level right here. I'm going to delete that. What I'm waiting for is a 1 hour candle to close above this level, which we get right here. So basically what that means is from 3 p.m. to 5 a.m., I'm on my charts every single hour. I'm checking my trades every hour. That's me personally. That's the way that I trade. I trade 2 different sessions. Well, 3 sessions technically. Not really the New York, but Asian, London, and sometimes New York. Depends on how awake I am and whatnot. But basically, we get this 1 hour close, and then price pulls back. And so basically what I would do is after this 1 hour close, I would put a buy limit directly on that level. I would put a 30 pip stop loss. I would take 2 different trades. So twin trading, they would both have a different stop loss. So basically, if you're risking 0.1% on each one of those individual trades, you're risking 0.05% to equal a 0.1%. So one of those trades is going to have a take profit of 1 to 1, so that's going to be 30 pips, and the other trade is going to have a take profit of 1 to 2, which is 60 pips. Now, and they're both going to have the same stop loss of 30 pips, and as you can see, it's the same rules, nothing is changing, everything is the same, executing, keeping your discipline, and basically you can see that it did this, you know, we caught this nice trend, like our take profit 2s were hit in like 2 days. That was really nice because we were on a very big voluminous trend. But as you see, yeah, like I did that, you know, quite a few times. Like the market gave me what I wanted quite a few times. We broke resistance, put a buy limit. We broke resistance again right here, put a buy limit. Broke resistance again, put a buy limit. There's a level down here that I'm waiting to get in that's untested. But, you know, price started pushing up. We hit our 2 take profits. We had take profit 1 and 2 on 3 different orders, or 2 different orders. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you see that, like, I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different trades that I'm still holding for USDJPY over the weekend. I don't know what these trades are going to do. I have my risk managed, so I'm just going to kind of let them do their thing. I don't really care. But yeah, that's kind of like my strategy, the strategy that I used to trade this week. Nothing really special here. And then, like, these were just like markups that I was waiting for. I marked these up last night, so Thursday night, when I was just chilling in bed, and I just kind of marked them up on my phone because these were trades. These were what I was waiting for to happen for my trades to be hit, but they never did. And I was waiting for breakouts and whatnot to be able to, you know, see what I wanted. Like this pair right here, it actually gave me what I wanted. It came down and retested this level right here. But this happened at 10 in the morning, so that is out of my trading session, so I wouldn't have taken the trade, and taking into consideration the market would have been closing in like 4 hours, so I really didn't want to worry about it. You know, I was just thinking like I'll take it next week. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of like my track record for this week. It's nothing special, nothing too into it, I guess. Next week, what I am going to be focusing on, though, is literally the same thing. I have no new ideas for adjustments besides the risk that I'm going to be taking. So instead of risking 0.1% next week, I'm going to be upping my risk to 0.15% on each trade idea. So there's that. It'll be nice. It'll give me a little bit more returns. And that's what I'm going to be sticking to, depending on how the leverage of my free margin and all that, like if that gets eaten up. But you guys will know that in the next video for next week. But anyways, yeah, there's the account review for this week. That's it. It is Christmas Eve, so I'm going to end this video, edit it, and get it out to you guys. And then I'm just going to kind of probably get drunk for New Year's Eve or something, or Christmas Eve. And yeah, but anyways, guys, that's been it. And I'll see you in the next video.